So the task today is going to be to add a piece of Lexan onto the back of the overhang on the shed. If you're like me, you can never have enough storage space outside. So when I built the shed, a year later, I built the overhang on the back. That's where one of the tractors lives, and just stuff comes in here. What I ended up doing with this is stacking some firewood back in here, and I put this piece of Lexan across the back so the wind doesn't blow the rain in and keeps some of the critters out. So now we're on the other side of where we just were. The tractor's there. Here's the wood. And here's where we're going to put the Lexan. It's going to match the piece we have on the other side there. I'm just going to put it across here to keep some of the rain out in the winter time when I have the wood in there, and it just keeps things out, makes it a little bit neater, nicer in here. This whole overhang was made with the Lexan panels from the greenhouse. The neighbor gave me a whole bunch of these when he tore his greenhouses down, and that's all these are. Very light framing, 2x4s, 2x6 ends, and screwed to the side of the shed. Of course, with standoff to keep the water from accumulating between the shed and the 2x6 support. There's a quick and easy way of making an overhang. It's got the corner braces for wind. 4x4s go right into the ground. So there's to it, little header in the front. And of course the trademark eagle on the other side of the header. Alright, here's our piece of Lexan. It's behind all this other stuff. We're going to have to pull it out. What happens with these when you let them sit is the ends are open because of the channels. See if I can get it to focus here. You can see the ends are open and bugs get up inside of there. Bugs love those channels. But for what I'm using it for, it really doesn't matter. And I know they should be used for a greenhouse, but they're so old, they're all discolored yellow. You can see this is the edge here that's clear, and this is where the sun's hitting. It's so much rougher here. They've yellowed. It's all smooth here. So they're really not good for greenhouses anymore. I just use them for construction panels. They were free. So this is what we're going to use for the framing. These are pallets, 36 wide and 96 long. I get them at the local window maker. They put them outside for the trash to be picked up, and everybody just scoffs them up. I kind of know what time they put them outside now, so I wait for them and I grab them when I want them. It's all oak wood. Of course, it's pallets. Mostly rough cut. There's some thin. That piece there is about a 1/2 inch. And there's some thicker. That's over 3/4. That's probably rough cut 3/4 there. But that's what I'm after, right here. The rough cut 3/4. That's what we're going to make our framework out of for the panel. The idea behind pallet deconstruction is pretty simple, no matter what type of pallet you're taking apart. And that is to support one part of it while hammering down on the other to take the nails out. These nails are usually ring shank, glue nails, or spiral shank nails, and you can't pull them out. Don't even bother trying. So what you do is you just hit it down from the top, bam, comes out just like that. This is a very, very easy pallet to take apart. The nails are rusted, and it was simple to do. But the idea is the same no matter what you're doing. And it's just, I'll go through it again here to support the bottom. Put something up that's going to bring it off the ground. Might need to put a couple different pieces of wood there. And just hit it down from the top. Comes right off. Okay, here's our building supplies. Pieces of sawed up pallet wood. This is not going to be conventional framing, but it's going to be strong enough to keep that Lexan on there, and it's going to block the wind. That's all I'm really worried about here. The other side's been on there for years, never had a problem. This wood is at best second or third because of the live edge that's on it. It's typical pallet wood, but it's going to fit my purpose fine. It's not a big problem. The edges are off, but I'll work around that. Got to measure it out, 23 3/4 mark, and get ready to saw. Screw our next piece on too. Keep in mind that this is not the best quality, but don't go put the edge using it. I have to go crazy here with this. I have to make sure it's flush with the other one. Get the measurement. Okay, phase one done. We need diagonal supports to strengthen this assembly we have. I'm marking a strip of wood here with the correct angle. This is the easiest way. It's quick. We have an adjustable square we measure the angle with. We lock the square in, and we just take that over to the saw and we set the angle on the saw. Of course, the battery's out of the saw, so we don't have to worry about any accidents. This is the fastest and easiest way I know of to do this, and it's effective. Okay, test cut. Project is done. A couple hours in the afternoon, some recycled pallet wood, Lexan greenhouse panel. That's all we needed. Nice little project. It's going to keep the end of this overhang dry for me. I'm going to be able to get 2 stacks of firewood in here and leave enough air to circulate through. This side I may or may not put more panels on. It's not really a concern now. These vines are here most of the winter time. They block everything anyway. That's it. She's sturdy enough. Here I go. That was just 240 on there and it didn't even flinch. Good little afternoon project. Thanks for coming along and watching. Have a good day.